How you doing tonight? Can you hear us a little better tonight? Hopefully you can hear us a little better. If you can hear us a little better than you have been in previous streams, say yes in the comments. Just yes, we can hear you better. We have a microphone, our normal microphone hooked up, which gives us a little better audio quality when we're doing streams. Y'all can hear us a little bit better, I hope. Ohio in the house.
Hello, Ohio.
Welcome, Ohio. By the way, y'all better pop some popcorn and get ready, because we are going to get into it right now. Thanks, John. Yes, everybody can hear us better. Excellent.
Thanks,
hey, Dan, welcome to the broadcast. All right, so before we get Shanice, welcome to the broadcast. Before we get into the show tonight and go through the review, I guess there's probably one last thing that we should talk about the cruise before we give the whole review, and that would be disembarking. Yes, we had to get off the ship today, and our day was, well, not fun. I mean, maybe others had it worse. I don't know. We managed to get off the ship without a problem. We had a very early bus pickup, and so Carnival worked with us to be able to get off the ship. Because if you've ever been on a cruise before, you know, the night or two before they give you luggage tags and numbers or letters, and they call you at a certain time to get off the ship based upon your needs and their needs combined, right? Because we can't all just rush immigrations. And so they moved us up to number 1. So they go through the alphabet first, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then they start with number 1. So we were off the ship by like 8:15 this morning.
Very early. Our
bus was supposed to depart at 8:30, getting us back to Central Florida around 12:30. Long story short, we didn't get back here until a little after 5 o'clock. Yeah. It was quite a mess. Those who live in Florida know it's been raining all day, so that didn't help traffic. And
rained the whole way from Miami all the way up through Central Florida, the whole way, and traffic issues.
Yep, the bus didn't get there till late, and then all of a sudden we got to go to Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. We had to go to Fort Lauderdale to pick up there as well. Anyway, it was just sort of a mess. But from the ship standpoint, I would say very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. Absolutely.
It was only once we got to dry ground that, you know, all heck broke loose. Anyway, so I hope you have some popcorn popped and you got yourself a little drink. It's time for the review of what we thought about the ship. Now, before we completely get into it, let's talk about the ship overall, right? The ship itself, absolutely amazing.
Beautiful.
Without a doubt. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one of the best ships. We haven't been on the Mardi Gras, so we don't know what the new Mardi Gras looks like. But the most lavish looking ship that we've seen from Carnival, right? No gaudy colors, that kind of stuff, right? From a ship standpoint, it's absolutely huge. 1,330 feet. It's 137 feet wide. It's got 2,641 state rooms, right? Which hold 5,374 passengers. But if you go max capacity, it's something like 6,338. So it can hold a lot of people. Staff-wise, about 1,735 crew. It's got 18 passenger decks. 11 of them have cabins, 7 lounges, 11 bars, 12 restaurants, 5 swimming pools and spas, 22 elevators, for Pete's sake. It's a gigantic ship. But interestingly enough, I know walking around, obviously, it takes a lot to get from one end to the other, but it felt a little more homey. I don't know how else to describe that to you guys. It didn't feel like it was this gigantic cavernous ship. It was very, very well laid out. Yeah, so,
totally agree.
As far as the cabins and stuff goes, out of all those cabins, there's 175 of them that are suites. There's 1,460 something balcony cabins, 222 ocean view, and there's like 777 inside cabins, something like that too. Okay, so a lot to be said about that ship. Okay, so if and when you're going on it, you're going to enjoy yourself. I know a lot of you are going to be coming on the ship next week on the 27th of November. Maybe we should call that the first inaugural Tall Man Clan cruise. I don't know. So, but I think what I would like to talk about first is food. You want to talk about food?
Sure.
We talk about food? All right, let's talk about food.
Let's eat.
All right. So we are going to sort of try to do this as, top to bottom, I guess. I don't know. The first thing we're going to talk about, there's sort of, outside the main dining, there's lots of other options from specialty dining to non-specialty dining. Some of them are on upper decks, some of them on lower decks. So let's start up top, sort of Lido deck and above, if you will, right?
All right.
So the first thing would be Big Chicken. What do you think of Big Chicken? All right. We got 2 thumbs up for Big Chicken. All
Love
right.
Big Chicken.
Has anybody eaten at Big Chicken? Is Big Chicken, do they have that on the Mardi Gras? I don't even know. Or is this the first ship? I don't know. Big Chicken, we loved it, man. The chicken sandwiches, the chicken tenders. I mean...
Potato salad.
Oh, yeah.
French fries.
There's a little condiment bar outside of Big Chicken, and they got, like, stuff on it. One of it was, like, potato salad. That was just... The potato salad was
great,
really
Mike.
good. Yep.
Yeah, and hi, Yankee Don. Thank you for joining us.
Yep, welcome. Welcome in early December. Yankee down. Yeah, well, Mike, we'll before we go, we'll put up another stream somewhere and pick a place to meet, right? So
you've had it before, David? Yeah, it was very, very good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. 53 days from now and counting. Keep on counting, John.
Nice, John.
All right, so we both like Big Chicken.
Yes.
So
Love Big Chicken.
Next, let's do Blue Iguana Cantina. All right, so ready?
Yep.
Let's vote. All right, so we both like the Blue Iguana Cantina.
Yeah.
So that has 2 lines to it. One sort of the burrito / bowl,
Yep.
and the other line is just for tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't have hard shells; it's only soft shell. It's fairly reminiscent of Chipotle. I call it Chipotle, right? So it's very Chipotle-like. They make gigantic burritos, even the bowls. Everything was really delicious there. So if you're into Chipotle, you're really going to favorite breakfast. Yep. So next, one of my favorites, Guy's Burgers. I love the Guy's Burgers.
Did you give it 2 thumbs up?
I give it like 14 thumbs up.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I love Guy's Burgers.
Yeah, very good.
And that's again on the upper decks. Interesting, you mentioned French fries at Big Chicken. It's amazing how many different types of French fries there are in the ship.
So many. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Guy's has one type of French fries. Big Chicken has a different type of French fries. Time fries, which we're going to get to in just a second, that's got different type of fries. The fries they serve, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. And so we both like Guy's Burgers.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to move down and talk about street eats a little bit. Okay? For those who don't know, street eats, it's kind of like a lot of cities now have like the food trucks. They're sort of like just these cute little, there's like 4 of them. I don't call Blue Iguana part of street eats. There's these other 4, which we'll go over one at a time. And we really like that. Street eats fries were good too. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yes.
We like that. Did you try the sandwich place next to? Robert, we're gonna cover all of it, buddy. Hang in there. All right, we're covering it all. Okay, we're not gonna leave anything out. All right. So the first thing from Street Eats we did was Mad Sizzle. And the day that we tried it, we had this chicken satay or however you say that. Ready to vote? Mm-hmm. We both like Mad Sizzle. We actually had it a couple different times, but the day that we took this picture is the first day we tried it, and it's really good. It's kind of like an Asian-infused kind of street truck kind of vibe. Yeah? Different stir-fry things, and yeah, it was really good. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you're going to love Mad Sizzle. Then there's Steam Dreams. Ready to vote?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we both liked... Oh, was that a thumbs down?
That was.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, the flavor was great, but I just thought that the breading was a little bit doughy.
We had some it was like
Dumplings,
a dumpling, or
it was pork and cabbage, and it was just to me it was very doughy. I mean, I probably shouldn't have given it a thumbs down. I would eat there again, but
it needed to be cooked a little longer.
Yeah,
it was a little doughy.
Maybe that was it.
Compared to some of the other things we'll talk about, that was minor.
But the flavor was really good.
Right. All right. Seafood Shack. Well, we're not actually going to vote for the Seafood Shack because, well, we don't like seafood. So we didn't actually eat there. Now, I will say that the Seafood Shack, there is a cost associated with some of the stuff that comes out of there because it's market pricing. I know Lisa, we both talked to some people who ate there. Lisa, you tell your story.
There was this big tray of food. I'm talking this big, and it was loaded with lobster that this couple had bought. They said it was $15 for the whole thing. They were eating off of it, and they offered me some because they weren't going to be able to finish it all. They said it was wonderful.
All for $15?
For $15.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we ourselves did not eat there. Okay? So that was the Seafood Shack. So let's time fries. Okay, ready?
Ready.
There we go. Thumbs up. We had time fries several times.
Yes, we did.
And every day they do it just a little bit different.
Yes.
And so sometimes it's chili fries, sometimes it's chili with cheese fries, sometimes they've got
carne
asada. I mean, just
cheese and just
we love the time fries. So and it's great quick snacks.
Yeah,
if you will,
absolutely.
Not a big meal. If you're in between,
just
you want a little something.
Bit, yeah, exactly.
You know that's a good place.
Perfect.
So then we get to the Lido Marketplace, right? The buffet. Are you ready? Let's vote. Well, there you have it. So, our experience there was not the best. Breakfast was okay. Mm-hmm. Not bad. They did bacon every other day. So, we want this to... We don't want a lot of this to try to come off as complaints. We enjoyed ourselves. But there's things
and we ate there almost every day.
Yeah.
And we didn't... Yeah.
There are just things different about this experience than we've had from the
past.
other dozen Carnival cruise ships that we've been on in the past. We'll start off with breakfast, like the bacon. Like I said, bacon was every other day, not every day. And I don't know where they get their bacon from, but it is shoe leather.
Jerky.
I don't care if it's undercooked or overcooked. Boy, you better have a strong set of teeth.
Yes.
I'm not sure. On the other days, they would have actually they had it every day. They would have sausage and stuff. They are cooking the ever-living crap out of that sausage. I gave it a shot every day, hoping they would, figure it out. But right down to the bitter end, I spit it out almost every day. It was very, very, very strange.
And they had slices of ham that
tasted like bologna.
Tasted like bologna.
A little, just not quite the quality that we've had before. Okay?
Correct.
Also, it wasn't fully operational. There's and if you go back and look at our videos, if you've seen them, you'll notice there's one station that there was never any food at ever. It was just completely closed. I think a lot of that is I think they're hurting for staff. I don't think the ship has enough staff on it, which we'll talk about a couple different times throughout this review. But definitely there's just not enough staff.
And I wasn't sure too if it was part of it being the inaugural cruise, if you will. I had heard people saying that they had their startup crew and some of the partial staff, and there's more staff coming on in Miami, and then after the next cruise, there's even more staff coming on. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But that the whole one side of the buffet was never even utilized, not once. And so that being said, the selection of foods that was offered was much smaller than I have seen in the past as well.
And like Ali just mentioned, which is why I put it up there, there's so many options for food. We were never hungry, okay? And that might be part of it. But they built the buffet at a certain size. They have the stations. And I know the ship wasn't completely full, but there was, 4,500, 4,600 people on there. I mean, it was pretty close to capacity, pretty close to full. And they didn't have it all up and running. So that's just how we feel about our experience at the buffet up in the Lido Marketplace. And the other thing was, a lot of the time, whether it was breakfast or lunch, I think we went up there for dinner one time, the food was not hot. It was just sort of
it was
warm.
It was kind of room temperature, barely warm. And, that was something that, even, in the carving stations, those are usually pretty hot. And,
sorry, guys, I'll be right back. I'm bleeding. Hang on.
Uh-oh. Tall man has an injury. But yeah, the food temperature was not what I expected it to be. There were many times that, I had gotten salad and that was kind of room temperature. The stuff on the hot trays was kind of room temperature. And...
yeah. We're just a little disappointed. I mean, like I said, didn't ruin the cruise. I mean, as I said, amazing. We're going to go again. In fact, we're going again in a week. It's just, there are things that are just not up to snuff.
Yeah.
At this moment. And hopefully next week, when we go on this other cruise, maybe we'll do another review and things will have changed.
Maybe things will have changed.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I'm hoping and expecting, because I know a lot of bugs still have to be worked out. But for that is this particular cruise.
All right, so that's food for the upper level. Let's talk about some of the specialty dining.
Oh, hang on. I've lost my...
You've lost your thing? That's okay.
I've lost my thing.
All right, so let's talk about some specialty dining.
Okay.
Harold. Shrek.
Fiona.
Mom. Harold.
Donkey. Dinner is served.
All right, so we're going to talk about some specialty dining. That's exactly how the Mardi Gras was during spring break last year.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Super limited and not great. We just ended up eating elsewhere, and that's what we did a lot as well. And we did that, but we want to let you guys know. We told you we're going to give you our true and honest opinion. We don't hold anything back, and that's just how we roll. So we don't. I don't care if Carnival likes us or not. This is we're paying passengers. Nobody paid us to go. We paid to be there. Hi, Janelle. Welcome. You're here. All right, so we're going to talk about some paid dining, okay? Upscale or specialty restaurants. So first, let's do bonsai, sushi, and teppanyaki. Are you ready to vote?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, by the way, that was for teppanyaki. Again, we don't like seafood, so we didn't eat sushi. But what I did do... I did get the menu for you guys. So there's your sushi menu, right over there. Right, sorry, the camera goes opposite. And so all the prices are on there of what they have. There we go. Okay, and so you have an idea of what they serve for sushi. As far as teppanyaki goes, oh my gosh,
what a fun,
that was a blast.
Experience, yeah. Totally.
We love teppanyaki no matter where we go, whether it's on a ship or on land. You won't say we eat weekly, but once or twice a month we find some kind of teppanyaki place. We just love it, and Carnival's no different. It was really, really good.
What's unique about this is that they've got 3 tables set up, and all 3 of them are functioning at the same time. And the chefs kind of all play off of each other, so they get the whole room going and sing song.
If you've ever been to a regular teppanyaki place, the chefs just sort of come out when the tables get set. They're all doing their own thing. Here, they're doing it at the same time, so they're all singing together. I mean, it's really unique that they're literally cooking the dinner together for all 3 tables. It was really fun. We enjoyed it. That is a $35 upcharge.
It is per person.
So if you want to go do that, $35 per person. Okay?
Yes.
So let's move on to the next one. You ready?
Hi, Sheree.
Fahrenheit 555. Ready to vote?
Okay.
Here we go. Oh! You gave it a thumbs up? How did...
They did the right thing. In the end, they did the right thing.
Okay, you tell the story. Go ahead.
Okay, so we went into Fahrenheit 555. We had reservations, what was it, 6 o'clock?
Yeah, don't remember the time, but 6 o'clock reservations.
So we had reservations at 6 o'clock, and we come in, and they bring us out our breads. We have our bread. They come in and take our order. We give them our order. And then we just kind of sat there and waited and waited and waited.
Mind you, the place was not packed. It was probably 40% capacity, right? It was not packed.
It was not. That's true.
And we sat there forever. Everyone around us got their food. The guy that was next to us, who sat down 2 minutes before we did, was eating his steak, and we hadn't even gotten appetizers yet.
Yeah.
It was bad.
And so, they came out with salads, and then they didn't put them down. They said, "Oh, you haven't had your soup." So they turned around and left with the salads, and then came back with the soup. And
Again,
so
we're now about 45 minutes into this, by the way.
So we ate the soup.
Yep.
And then
about 30 minutes later, they come with the steak. The salads.
But I had gotten up to excuse myself to go to the ladies' room, and I was already done. I was about to tell them, okay, when I came back, I was going to tell them, just cancel my order because I'm not going to eat it now anyway. So I come back from the restroom, and he's got a steak in his plate. So
it was good.
And so I just sat there and looked at it because I am done at this point. I didn't want it, and
so we'll wrap it up like this. The food was good. We didn't get all that we ordered, but the food that we got
was very
great.
good.
It was a great steak. I had not a fillet. I had a ribeye. Oh, it was delicious. Mm-hmm. It was really good, and it was well cooked. What she meant by doing the right thing, because of our ordeal, they did not charge us for our dinner.
Yeah.
Charge, by the way, if you're going to go into Fahrenheit, is $42
per person.
Per person. Okay, and so I got to eat my steak. She didn't even touch her.
I had soup.
They took it away.
The manager came over,
apologized profusely, and said, "We're not going to charge you."
He asked how about the meal, and I said, I'm not going to eat it. I said, we've been here, and I stopped to think how long we'd been in here, and he said an hour and a half. So he knew already.
Yeah.
How long we'd been there, and I said, well, I had soup, and that was great, but I'm done. I'm not going to eat. So, like Robert said, they did the right thing. They didn't charge. Actually, I thought they were just not going to charge me, but they didn't charge either one of us for our meal.
It's possible due to the lack of experienced wait staff, but typically they would put their more experienced wait staff in the specialty restaurants because people are paying more money for that. And all the people around us got their food from the same waiters that us. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. Don't know. But in the end, per what Lisa said, they did do the right thing. We did not, neither of us. I thought they were just not going to charge her for hers.
Same.
Because I did get, but they didn't charge either of us.
They didn't charge either of us.
So, great food. Thumbs up. Service.
The soup was amazing.
Horrible. Right. So, just be mindful if you go in there. Great. $42. Be mindful of the clock. If the clock starts ticking, then you might want to start saying something.
And they never did bring the salads out after.
No, they never did. We never got the salads. We never got the salads. No, there's definitely not enough staff. I mean, that's without saying. All the way across the board.
They totally agree.
Excuse me, they were light everywhere. We're going to continue to talk about that and cover it. So let's move on.
All right.
Rudy! All right. Well, you know what? We can't vote for Rudy either.
It's seafood. We don't eat seafood.
We don't eat seafood. So we did not go. But again, we talked to people who absolutely loved it.
They loved it. So it was wonderful.
And so it's $42 per person. Just like if you went to Fahrenheit, you got to make reservations ahead of time. I don't mean on the app like you have to do, which we're going to cover that just here in a second again. But try to make some of these before you even get on the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of things are a little less expensive if you pay for them beforehand. I don't think the restaurants are. But it's just once everybody gets to the ship, they start doing their reservations and stuff. And time
choices are limited.
Yeah, it gets limited. So try to make it ahead of time. So that's it for the specialty dining. We still have main dining to cover. So let's get on to that. You know what time it is, right?
It's showtime.
It's showtime. All right. So, main dining. So there are 3/4 main dining options that cost you nothing. I'll just preface them real quick. You got Chibang, which is a Chinese-Mexican place. You've got Cucina del Capitano, which is an Italian place. You got Pig and Anchor, and then it's actually 5. But then you have the 2 main restaurants, main
Festival
dining, which
and
is
Carnival.
Festival and Carnival. Okay, and so we're going to talk about them all individually. So let's do Chibangs first. Ready to vote?
Yep.
Here we go. All right. So weird mix of food, Chinese and Mexican. Thank you, Shanice. We're these kind of people. If you're ever on a cruise with us, this is just how we are all the time. Okay, just I don't know. Movies is my thing. I remember lines, and every time I'm editing a video, doing something pops in my head, and in the video it goes. So, anyway, Chibangs. Yeah, weird mix of food. You can eat Chinese and Mexican in the same meal. You can have Chinese appetizers and a Mexican main meal, or vice versa. Okay. The food was great. We tried a lot of it.
We did.
It was really, really good. So we highly recommend one night going to Chibangs.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moving on to Cucina del Capitano. You ready?
Yep.
And. All right, 2 thumbs up there.
It's Italian.
Yeah, it's hard to mess up Italian. No, it was really good,
Yeah,
man.
it
The
was
sauce
good.
was great. Everything was great. The appetizers, the go at least once, if not multiple times. Okay. And what's nice is these restaurants, if I remember correctly, I think Cucina's used to be upscale. Didn't their Italian restaurant? Didn't you have to pay for that? If I could be completely off base with that. If I am.
So I don't think you did.
Have an awesome team member I made friends with on the Mardi Gras. He works Chibangs in the celebration. Great. So maybe we'll get to see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Cucina's. So we're moving on to Pig and Anchor. You ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. That is a really cool environment.
Yeah.
We thought going in it was going to be some sort of
A buffet.
buffet, but
No,
but
it's
it
not.
wasn't, because when you walk in, when they're not serving food, there's sort of a buffet sort of line, right? And so basically what happens is you go in and they seat you, use your app, they seat you, and then they got a little piece of paper, you mark on there what you want, they take your paper, and then all the food is on the line, and the chefs just grab it, put it on this big aluminum
Cookie sheet.
cookie sheet.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Barbecue. Dig in. Lisa was trying to eat chicken with a fork and a knife. No fork and knife in Pig and Anchor. Just dig in.
Just pick it up.
You pick it up and eat it.
Chow on it.
Yep, absolutely. No, Pig and Anchor was great. We loved
Yeah.
it.
Very, very good food. Brisket's amazing.
It is a little bit loud in there, right? It's a little bit loud in there. Thanks for sharing the lobster info. Yeah, we were only on for 5 days. I don't think we will have an elegant night with lobster. Yeah, then go up on the main deck and get it. You do pay for those other restaurants on other ships. There you go. There you go, Mike. Yeah, I thought I remember that, like, Capitano's used to be or is on other ships a specialty restaurant, but it's not on the Celebration. Okay, all right. So we did the other 3. It's time for the main dining rooms, right? The Festival and the Carnival. So, are you ready to vote?
Let's vote.
All right. All right. There you have it.
Yeah.
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 What do we want to say about this?
You want to start with that brunch, or you want to start with something else?
Yeah. Well, you're a first timer. Okay. Well, then this is going to help you out a lot. Let me tell you. You had to pay on the breeze for the lunch, free for dinner, but free for lunch. Love the Heroes area. Yeah, we do too. We love the Heroes area. In fact,
Yes.
we were on the ship for Veterans Day, so I started our stream right there in the Heroes Lounge. Okay, so this gets right back to staffing. They are willfully understaffed. So first things first, if you're doing any time dining, you have to use the app to check in for a table. Okay? Now, we did a whole stream on the functionality of the app, how to use it, when to use it, and all that stuff. Go back and watch that stream if you haven't watched it yet, okay? That stream's going to tell you all. But if you did any time dining, you have to check in, all right? And so wait times were anywhere between 10 minutes to an hour and a half, It was all across the board. But it didn't matter when you went in that room. I swear to God, at least a third of the tables or more were empty. And so they definitely did not have the wait staff to move the people in and out of these restaurants enough. Now, again, maybe it's because they're expecting people to eat in other locations. I don't know. But
thank you, Yankee Down.
Yep, welcome to the Callman Clan. But in the end, you have to have enough staff there to support the people that are paying to be there.
Yeah.
Okay? This being an inaugural cruise, man, there were a lot of platinums and diamonds.
A lot.
And everybody had a fantastic time, but trust me, they're all running their mouths as well. Okay? We heard them all night long. Okay? And so, because they've gone on a lot of cruises, they know what to expect. Okay? So, probably one of the worst experiences we went in to do on a sea day. We did sort of the brunch, right? Kind of a breakfast, lunch kind of thing. And it kind of was a little bit like Fahrenheit. The food never came. In fact, when it did come, I ended up... we were on deck 6. I ended up getting up from the table, leaving the table. I went in the elevator, went up to the Lido deck, Deck 16, got what I wanted from the buffet, put it on a plate, went back down, down to the 6th floor, back to the table they were, because I couldn't get what I wanted from the people in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that's pretty bad. Okay? We were not gamblers, so we weren't given a free cruise or $100 cruise to come on board. We paid good money. Okay? And I could not have been more miffed. I could not have been more miffed of having to leave my table to go up to the Lido to get things that I wanted or needed. I hear some could take well over. Yeah, it's yeah, we had good experiences as well.
We did, and we'll talk about that too.
I could put that aside.
Yeah.
But that breakfast, and by the way, we weren't there at 8:00 in the morning with the big rush, right? I heard like when they opened the doors at 800, like 300 people wanted in the door immediately, and it was horrible. We were there later. We were there at like 11-ish, closer to the end. And again, the restaurant was nearly empty. In fact, by the time we were done, they had closed the line, so we didn't even get the desserts we had ordered because the line was closed. Lisa didn't get her bacon. She didn't get her grits.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, sorry, the line's closed.
Yep.
And I think what aggravated me the most about that was there was a table to my left and a table to my right, and none of us had received any of our food. And I call them the white shirts. One of the supervisors, I didn't see his face. He never turned around to look to me, but he went to the table to our right and talked to them over there and apologized that they hadn't gotten their food. He comes over with his coffee carafe and gives them coffee. Never once turned around to see the other two tables behind him that were in the same boat. And the table in the round, they at least had drinks, and I don't know, they had salmon or something.
Sorry, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong one.
And he never, ever turned around to look at us. Not once. And that's what aggravated me the most. Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest, right? We've talked about the Lido buffet already, D-Ty. The food was a little warm, not hot. We didn't have the best experience up there either. So just overall, if you're taking the gander here from the food standpoint, most of the food tasted great, but the service really, really lacked.
Yeah.
And whether it was good service or bad service, no service at all, or the lack of service. I mean, just all the way through.
Yeah.
So
and there are some inconsistencies as well. We would see some tables where the waiters would come over. Would you like freshly ground pepper? And I think once, maybe twice.
Twice out of 14 days.
Maybe twice out of 14 days, somebody offered us freshly ground pepper. We used to. I remember. Would you like some freshly grated Parmesan for your Caesar and the pepper and.
Yeah.
And so there's some inconsistencies with that, and again, I think that does come down to staffing.
Yep. And here's some other things that we noticed. Okay, some of you on here have been on many cruises, and so How many of you go into the dining room and when you have an appetizer, the fork that you used went away with the dirty plate, and then they come in with whatever the next appetizer is and brings another fork? Do you all remember that, right? Right? None of that happened. You use the same fork and knife for the entire meal. Again, that's fine. That's what you do at home. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. But there's an expectation that has been set in the past at how they handle their service. And that was not being done. The only extra silver you might get is if you did have a steak, they would bring a steak knife. And if you had soup, they would bring a soup spoon. That was it. Okay? There was no major formal... Yeah, you remember, John. I know I wasn't crazy. Here's something else. This is probably what got my goat the worst. In fact, it's going to get another thumbs down right now. Okay? So, y'all know what butter chips are, right? You know the little prepackaged little butter things you get to the table? There's a little, bowl, and there's like 8 or 10 of them in there. And then you got your basket of rolls in there. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Give me a yes in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I'm not moving until I get another couple of yeses. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I know you do. Come on. Tell me.
Just move on.
Okay, fine. I know you know what to do. So, there are no butter chips. They're making their own butter, and it's this whip stuff. It's like flavorless. I don't know. Yeah. Rolls at dinner used to be like our thing.
That was the best.
Yeah, some people call it butter pats. They call it butter chips. I mean, it's got a couple different names, right? There's just a time delay here. That's why. So, we say something and then you guys reply 30 seconds later. No more butter chips. It's just whipped butter. And there's no basket of rolls. They come over and you have on your menu, which again is on the app. There's no paper menu.
Your selection.
It's on the app. You have 2 to choose from that night. Mm-hmm. And they will give you 2 if you ask nicely, but they just want to give you 1 and then go away. So there's no basket of rolls on the table. Mm-hmm. No butter chips, butter pats. No, just this whip. Oh, and mind you, they give you this little ceramic thing with a little tiny dollop.
One little.
Yeah.
One little.
They were like, can we get like 4 more of those maybe? Or it's like, that's good for 1 little piece. So if you like your bread and butter on the ships, you're in for a treat or lack thereof. Okay? You'll have to ask for extra rolls, and you're going to have to ask for extra of the whipped butter, which, by the way, that goes throughout the ship. That's not just a dinner. That's on the buffet, at breakfast, lunch. I mean, that's it. There are no butter chips, butter pats.
In the buffet, it's just this bowl of butter and a scoop. So you get the scoop, and they have these little cups that you slap your butter in and take it with you. No butter chips.
Yeah, they got stingy with the bread and stingy with the butter.
Yes, they did.
They put no butter on it.
I don't know if it's a supply and demand thing, or if it's...
I don't know. It was our thing. We sit down to dinner. We just love the rolls.
Yeah,
we really did.
That's one of my favorite things.
The bread was still great.
I'm a butter person for sure.
The bread was still great. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So that was our main dining experience. Okay. Before we move on to the next segment, I just want to touch real quick on the app. Okay. You all should have already downloaded it. Okay. It's called Carnival Hub. Pre-cruise, it just gives you a countdown. All right. Once you get to the ship, you turn your phone off, like put it on airplane mode, but make sure you turn your Wi-Fi on to the Carnival Wi-Fi. Whether you have the internet package or not, it doesn't matter. The app will work. Okay. And once the app comes to life when you're on the ship, he loves that buzzer.
Yes, he does.
No, I love my butter chips. Has nothing to do with the buzzer. I could give you this one.
No, I hate that sound.
Anyway, I got all kinds of sounds here. All right, but every night, the menus during the daytime, you can see everything right from the app. Okay, make sure you have that app. I know people, old school cruisers, you hate the fact to have your phone with you. I get it. We had our phones with us all the time because we were videoing a lot. I like to take my phone. I used to just throw it in the safe, lock it up, and I was done.
Yeah.
The phone was off. It didn't work as a phone. So that was great. Your video on the app was brilliant. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, if you guys didn't see it, there's a playlist on our channel, Tall Man's RV Reviews. Go back there, click on the Carnival Celebration playlist. Go watch that app review. You'll like it, okay? And while you're there, do a little of that, too. All right, so I think it's time for the next thing, right?
Yep.
I think it's time for entertainment. Shall we talk about some entertainment? Let's do it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Oh my good God. I'm entertained. I hope you guys are being entertained. Entertainment. So, wow. Where to start? There is just entertainment everywhere, everybody. From punchliners. There's a band in Pig and Anchor. There's the Piano Bar. There's Limelight. There's Havana Bar. There's Grand Spectrum Theater. There's Center Stage. There's Atmospheric. There's Up on the Pool. There's all kinds of entertainment. We are from Central Florida, Yankee Down. That's where our homestead is. We are full-time RVers. We'll go over some of that in a minute, because I know some of you are new covering the channel here, okay? But entertainment as a whole was...
That's good.
We actually streamed 2 world premieres while we were on the ship.
Oh, we tried to stream, but they cut off the Wi-Fi, so...
Well, we recorded it and then streamed it like 5 minutes later. They did. They literally cut the Wi-Fi off on us. I was so mad. We were right in the middle of streaming. It was like pre-show, and then the phone went... It was like, what's going... Come back!
He's like,
come back! So we recorded it instead. We hit the record button, and then we just streamed the recording of it to you live. Anyway, I will say this. I come from an entertainer's background. Mm-hmm. And I am hyper critical of entertainment.
He is.
It's not fun to go watch a band play with me. Because I just go...
He does.
So, the band in Pig and Anchor... mediocre at best, but while we're there, everybody enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I had to leave. I couldn't take it anymore. And again, that's the entertainer in me. Okay, this is our review from our experience. Please go listen to them. You may enjoy the heck out of them. I had to go. I just exit stage right. We had to go. Lisa agreed. They were.
It was mostly good, but there was some sour notes, and yeah.
The whole band forgot to modulate in the song.
They
God,
did.
It was a train wreck.
They did, and it was
like,
it was a song that everybody should know.
Yeah, I think it was like Brick House or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The Strings is part of the Celestial show. They do atmospheric stuff. They were awesome. There's a solo guitarist. I miss having a band on the Lido deck. They just had a single steel drum player with, the stuff in the can. So I miss the band. But the steel drum guy, he was great up on the Lido deck. The shows were, they were, again, for what they were great. Here's my only issue with any of that. Their center stage area, if any of you have gone on the Mardi Gras, you already know what I'm talking about. If you've watched my streams from this ship, you know what I'm talking about. Sightlines. I don't know how many seats in standing room you could really take in, but I'd be willing to bet only 10% of them have good viewing.
Agreed. Yeah.
10% at best.
Yeah.
Which
agreed.
means the other 90% are not able to see the entire show. They're missing, like if you remember from our stream from... the circus.
Yeah.
We couldn't see anything going on the left-hand side.
There
or
was
left hand, your left.
Upper level right here, and it just cut off, and you couldn't see anything that was going on.
Any of that stuff going on. Yep, it was really, really challenging.
Yeah.
So, now, the other thing is, they haven't figured out a way to... it's the best way to explain this. I'll explain it like this. There are people going down, sitting in the chairs at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and holding them all day or all afternoon so they can have one of those few good seats for the shows.
Yeah.
But what sucks is when that first show's over, they don't leave. So Carnival hasn't figured out a way to monitor the comings and goings of the show crowds in that space, to allow the possibility of somebody getting one of those 10% of seats that have great viewing. Deck 7's sightline is terrible when watching. Yeah, it really is. It doesn't matter where you are, unless you're in those first few seats right there in the front, which means you're sort of part of the show because it's going on all around you. Those are the only seats that can see anything. See everything, excuse me. As soon as you get back from there, the upper deck is in your way. If you're on the 7th balcony and the stadium seating, you've got the left and the right side of that gallery that you're in, so you can't see the aerial stuff on the left or the right. It's just the sight lines are really, really tough in that theater.
Yeah.
Okay?
And because it's the three stories,
David,
they want to do all of the tall things and the aerial things and you just can't see.
No. And I'm gonna preface the answer to you, David, that this cruise, there was more platinums and diamonds on this cruise than the blues, reds, and golds. In fact, if you were going to customer service, the line for the blue, red, and gold was like 3. The platinum and diamonds was like 27.
Yeah.
It was hysterical.
That never happens.
Yeah, exactly, Janelle. We saw those guys there. We also hung out with Jay from Shiplife, like the entire cruise. So we had a great time with those guys. Yeah, dining room, it was lacking. It was a little rough.
It was.
Okay. So the entertainment was great. I think it's probably some of the better shows that we've seen there. The last show was in the main theater. It was great seating, right? It's only 2 levels. There's no upper deck because that's center stage now. But every seat in that theater had a great view of the stage. Every single seat in that theater. And that stage, Color My World, the tech was amazing. It really was. Again, like I said, I'm an entertainer. I'm going to tear the thing apart. It's what I do. But overall, it was a good show. So, we'll okay. The only other sort of entertainment area we have to talk about is the children's areas. For those with children's. Who's bringing children's on board? Raise your hand. Come on, you bringing children on board? Man, you got your Club O2 and the Circle C and the Ocean, your Camp Ocean. Man, obviously, we're not kids. We didn't go there. But we did talk to, like, one of the 6 kids that were on there. There was almost no children on the ship. It was crazy. But they all loved it. The spaces are big. They're beautiful. We couldn't tour them because there were kids in them. I got some peripheral views and some things. We're going to try, probably with, no avail, to get ourselves on the ship early on the 27th and run into those areas and video before they get filled with people looking around. So at least you can see inside. But from what the kids that we've talked to, they loved it. The spacious was big. There's lots of stuff to do. Obviously, we talked to the little ones. We talked to the older kids. But so if you are bringing kids on board, I believe they're going to have a great time. Oh, solo traveler. All right, well, we got to meet up with you somewhere. We're going on the 27th. I can't remember. Are you coming on the 27th? Or yours is December, wasn't it? I don't remember. D-Tie. December 11th. No, that's Yankee Down. D-Tie. You'll be on the 19th, David. Yeah. I know Mike's going on the 27th. I know there's a couple others that are going on the 27th. I just can't remember everybody's name. Yeah. Fofita, she's on the 27th, I believe, too, isn't she?
Or
John. I think John is coming on the 27th.
So.
We're going to pick a meeting place. We're going to hang out and have a drink. That's what we're going to do. All right, so the kids' areas. Again, we'll give it a thumbs up just because the kids that we spoke to. We're going to be on that one as well, D-Tie, on the 23rd.
Yes.
Same ship. 3 times. It was really good ship. 3 times.
It's a beautiful ship. It really is.
The spa. I think the last thing to really talk about, just briefly, the spa. Oh no, we didn't talk about cabins. We'll talk about that too. The spa. We didn't go to the spa. We didn't use it at all. So we have no review of it. And to be honest, we've yet to use the spa on any cruise that we've ever been on. Not because we don't want to, we just have had no desire to go down there and get Botox, get a massage, pedicure. We just haven't just wanted to do that yet.
And no, we do not have a Facebook group.
No, not yet, but we're going to start one. We're going to cover us here at the very end because I know there's a lot of you new to us. And thank you so much for being part of the Tall Man Clan and subscribing and thumbs up and being with us through this whole journey. It's been a blast. It really has. We really do this out of love and passion. We've got regular gigs that we do during the day, and YouTube is sort of a side thing. And it takes a lot of work. There's a lot of effort and a lot of time that goes into, recording and video and editing and just, there's a lot of stuff. Okay. So we do it because we love to do it. So, and we're glad that you love that, you love us. We love that, thumbs up to you guys. Thank you so much. But the spa, it's
Sorry, that was a thumbs up to them.
Yeah, thumbs up to you guys. Really. If it wasn't for, look, there's 32 of you on there watching right now. It's great. Hi, all 32 of you. We do. We love you all, each and every one of you. And if we are on a ship together, please stop us and say hello. We don't bite. We really are. We're friendly people. Okay. Anyway, we've just never done anything at the spa. We did walk around. We toured it. We showed it one of the streams. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I mean, it really. I might like to go sit in that eucalyptus room and then go under the misting shower.
Right.
Oh my God, that really looked neat. But we haven't done that yet. I did also think what was neat on this particular ship is that the spa suites are on deck 17. And there's a special elevator for just the spa suite people to go directly from 17 all the way down to deck 5 into the spa.
Own private elevator.
That's cool. I kind of thought that was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. The therapy pool, they looked great. We've just never done it before. So I can't give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's a, I don't know. And we don't have a character yet that says, I don't know. So you just get me. Okay. Cabin stewards. That's the last help we haven't talked about. Mm-hmm. Our guy. It wasn't until day 3 until we even had our room cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
Day 3.
He was very nice when we met him, though.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
He was. We weren't rude or disrespectful to him. He was a nice guy. Just 3 days. Now, again, past cruise history sets the bar of expectations.
Yes.
That's what this is about. Expectations, all right? He did a great job cleaning the cabin. It was great. It really was. It just, there was very little of it. I remember in some cruises, I swear to God, the first 3 or 4 times we cruised, I would look under the bed. Because I swear to God...
Oh, hold on.
What?
Janelle's more worried about what?
What? What are you talking about?
Back, right there, Janelle.
About G.
Yeah.
G who?
Yeah. Sorry, I saw you're worried, and I wanted to make sure we addressed whatever you were worried about.
Shall we continue?
Yes, let's continue.
I'm watching the comments.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
Yeah, I used to think the cabin stewards lived under the bed. I mean, because every time you leave the room, if you came back 30 minutes later, it'd been clean.
Your room's made up, your bed's made, you got a towel animal.
Face planting, Duda. Yes. We can talk about that in a minute, Janelle. Okay? So, when we got the room cleaned, it was once a day. They would come in, clean the room, turn the bed down, make your little towel animal, and that was it. Was once a day. Mm-hmm. And if he happened to come by the room at that time that you happened to be in there, now, that was our cabin guy. I don't know what the other cabin stewards around the rest of the ship were doing. I can only speak for my guy. Okay? What is that?
Sound?
Go figure it out.
Sorry. Something's making
we've
funny sound.
Obviously we've been gone for 2 weeks. We're back in the RV, and we went through a hurricane while we were gone, and so we had our daughter batten it up and put the slide in and do all this stuff, and so we come back here and our refrigerator never turned back on, so we lost all the food that was in the refrigerator, and pause. Sorry, y'all. What?
I've never heard that sound before.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay. Well, I guess we're back then, because there's a sound that's going on that I don't know what it is.
Yeah. If you want, you can pull a few things out while I talk to them to see if it doesn't. I don't think it's water.
No, I was thinking maybe it was the gas.
I don't know what gas would be on. We're not cooking anything.
No, we're not.
The only thing we're cooking is here for the stream. Thank you for hanging with us. So, again, our cabin steward, not, again, the room was always clean when he did it. It just once a day. And if you happen to be around, like the second to last day, we were out on the back porch. The back porch. We were out on the balcony. And he came and he's like, oh, I'm like, no. We'll stay out on the balcony. Please, clean the room. It's all good. What?
The water's not on.
Oh, that's why. Go turn the water on. See? We turned the water off. And we had turned, Lisa had turned the gas onto the hot water heater, so it was heating with no water in it. That's probably not the best thing.
Probably not.
Actually, you know what, Lisa? Sorry guys, why don't you wait? Let's let the element cool down before you rush cold water into it and blow it up.
All right.
Okay? All right, sorry about that. Life of being a full-time RVer. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Okay, so cabin stewards. So, we're going to get back on the ship in a week, and we're going to be in a different cabin, different deck. Let's see what happens. Some of you are going to be joining us, so sounds like Chupacabra outside. No, it was the gas heating up the element in the in our hot water tank there, so it is what it is. That's why. What was this? Sorry, guys. That's why some people do not like prepaid gratuities. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, they work hard. They really do. These guys, I never really, truly figure out how they used to do it. But this also gets back to staffing. I think they're willfully understaffed. And so I just don't think they have enough people to clean all the cabins the way that they used to be done, right? Again, expectations here, right? I'm not expecting anything different than that we'd had prior.
Exactly.
Right? And we're not picky, we're not complaining people. We're just want to make sure that you understand that this was not a gripe video, just setting the expectations for you guys.
Exactly.
Especially if you've been on a cruise before, that if your expectations are here, you want to bring them down a little bit, just because,
Yeah.
it's not quite there. Okay?
Exactly.
And maybe over the next couple weeks, things start to ratchet up. They bring on some more staff. They correct some of these things as they go. And you guys all have a different experience than we did. And mind you, we didn't talk about the stuff that was falling apart on the ship. Look, it's a new ship. Things are going to fall apart. It's brand new. I mean, the elevators were, sometimes working, sometimes not. They were never not all working. It was just this one would stop. And then these two would stop. But after about the fourth or fifth day, as far as to our knowledge, because we didn't use the elevators a lot because we were on deck 10. We'd either go to 8, which was a walk down, and then we walk back up. If we went to the Lido or above, we took the elevator. But it was only, I think, the first 4 or 5 days that there was really, really, really horrible trouble with the elevators.
Yeah, I think so. I think they did get that worked out. I really do. So
yeah.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. I think it's more rooms now. It's less people in more rooms.
And are we still talking about the cabins? I apologize,
yeah.
you guys,
Yep,
since I got up to check on the water here. There was one thing that I did want to talk about with the stateroom. They had this nice big mirror in the bathroom that one side, is normal, and then the other one is
like a makeup mirror. Like the little round
mirror.
makeup mirror. You can spin it around.
Ladies, if you are looking to use that mirror, be prepared to have to kneel on the toilet to get to it. It does not extend out, and it doesn't swivel.
It doesn't go up and down.
It's
just
not in a friendly location.
Yeah.
So if you need to see the back of your hair, bring your own mirror. I did want to mention that because that was a little awkward. There was something else I wanted to say too about the cabin. Now I can't remember what it was.
I think the cabins are skinnier but longer.
Agreed.
The bathrooms seem to be a little bit smaller, but still comfortable enough. The showers have glass doors in them, which are really neat. We've heard other people talk about them.
I do like those doors in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are really neat.
Yeah.
TVs are huge.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the TVs won't work when you're in a port. Like, there's like, you can watch like BBC and Discovery and Net Geo. There's channels
There's
you can
all
watch.
kinds of channels, yeah.
When you pull into a port, they don't work.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, they don't work. You can watch the cruise channel all the time. It works all the time. But those regular channels stop working in ports for some reason.
I didn't even notice.
Something they make them turn off. It's just one of those things. But they got to be like 50-inch TVs. Big TVs.
They're really big size TVs for sure.
So, I think that's it. I think we covered it from top to bottom, front to back, left and right.
At least everything that I can remember.
Yeah. No, I think we did. So you know what that deserves, right? Maybe one more. Just one more. Maybe one more. Hercules. All right. So, for those who have just joined our channel during this past 2-week time frame, my name is Robert. It's my wife Lisa. Everybody just calls me the Tall Man. Thus, the name Tall Man. The name of the channel is called Tall Man's RV Reviews. We started this channel during the pandemic when there was no cruising. My wife and I have been cruising a lot longer than we have been RVing. We are avid RVers as well as cruisers. And now that things are really back to as normal as normal's going to be, we have started cruising again. This was our first post-pandemic cruise. We'll go back and look at those later, Lisa. Okay. Post-pandemic cruise. And so we didn't want to start a second channel. And so this channel is going to be renamed, probably within the next week or two, to Tall Man's RV and Cruise Reviews. Okay? And so as we go through our daily lives and, we do our RV reviews, we will do those. When we have a vacation or time to get on a ship, boom, we will do that. So that we hope that you stick with us through all. If you're not RVers and you don't want to watch the RV videos, it's okay. Don't watch them. Just let them go by. You don't have to unsubscribe.
You can hang out for the cruise videos.
You don't have to hate. You just don't have to hate us. We're going on another cruise. I promise you. But it turns out, at least from our experience of talking to a lot of the RVers in the world, they all love cruising too. And so, Hercules. And it turns out that it might be a great synergy. So that's what it's going to be. We have a new intro coming that's being worked on literally as we speak. So hopefully we'll have that. Should be very close to this next cruise. So, yeah, I can't wait. So that's who we are. We are based out of Central Florida, but we spend 10 months of the year literally on the road. We're mostly not in Florida. We're mostly everywhere but Florida. But this is home base. And so when we're off, this is where we bring the RV back here. And then, we're not going to go vacation at Disney. We're going to get on a cruise ship. And then we're going to take you with us because we've enjoyed that. So before I forget, because I know Lisa's just staring at this.
I am. I'm trying to read them all.
Yes, I got it. Corner, shower, aft, corner suite, shower's huge. Yeah, we're going to try to sneak on, like I told you, not just for the kids' areas, but for cabins too.
Different cabins as well.
I'll be watching again. Thanks
you.
a lot. Absolutely. How was the food in the main dining room? Sorry if you covered it. We did cover it. You did come in late. You're going to have to watch the rebroadcast. Generally, the taste was great. Service was horrible.
Yeah. Agreed.
There you go, see the world with Chris. That's the cliff notes of our 10-minute rant about the main dining room. They got some problems to work out, right? So a lot of it's staffing. The food generally was great, right? It just, but when you don't get it, what's it matter if it's good or not? You just pissed off that you sat there for 2 hours and you didn't get to eat.
Most memorable meal, again, that has to be probably the teppanyaki.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
I know she had a different experience, but I'm telling you, the steak in Fahrenheit was really freaking good. It was really good. I know she didn't get to eat hers.
You're welcome, Rose.
Thanks for that, Lisa.
Ross.
Sue will bring an extra mirror. Yep, bring an extra mirror. Funny, I'm watching. Okay. Thank you for your work. Enjoyed it. Yes. We'll put that back up. Thank you so much for these daily lives. I'm going to be seeing you twice daily. I know it was funny. Like last night, we told you all we weren't going to stream last night.
I'm like, no, please don't do
We get
this.
down to dinner.
No.
I'm like, it just feels weird not streaming tonight.
Please don't.
I'm like, you know what? I'll turn it on. They can watch me eat. And she's like, don't do it.
No.
Don't. I'm like, I don't know. We have like 28 people watching us or something like that. Like, I'm eating food. Is it that interesting? But, I guess so. Gainesville. No, we're further south. We're Central Florida. It's a little cool up in Gainesville tonight. Yeah, huh? It's cool down here. I know it's cool up there. We're too funny. Yeah. Thanks for taking the time. Stream your cues. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, we love it. Guys, I know you all have because you're here, but, make sure you hit the bell and the subscribe and all that wonderful stuff. If you want to take it another step, we do have a Patreon channel. It's, I don't have it, but here to put across the screen for you guys. But if you look in the description of all the videos, it's in there. It's just patreon.com/tallmanclan. You can become part of the Tall Man Clan. You get, do we even have our stickers, or are they all packed?
Oh,
go grab one.
Find one.
There's different levels, and we do different things and stuff. If you want to become part of the Patreon, we have a special, limited edition sort of sticker. And again, it's really going to be limited because we're changing them.
That one, right?
No, I think it's the round one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
One of them.
Tall Man's RV Reviews. We're going to change that to be Tall Man's RV and Cruise Reviews. But you become an honorary member of the Tall Man Clan, right? So those you get being part of the Patreon and stuff. So, but we thank you all so much. Are there any other questions that we can answer for you while we are here with you? This has been a really great stream. Hope you had popped your popcorn and got yourself a little drink. Sit down. I know I've gone through one cup. I'm having another. Water, by the way. Water with a little grape in there. Okay? Water. Though I got more seasick on the bus ride coming home
I know, that
than
was
on
crazy.
the ship. Oh, by the way, if anybody's like queasy in the boat, all right, coming out of the English Channel the first couple days of weather, I mean, it really was brutal. It was so bad, they closed the steel bulkheads on the cove balconies on deck 5.
And looking out, you could literally see the swells.
It was incredible. It was
crazy.
It was insane. But after that, we barely felt the ship moving. Now, now obviously, if you've been watching, you notice I had the patch on and stuff. I got vertigo. I got horrible. Man, if it moves, I have problems with it. Anyway, always the last night of the cruise, of any cruise we've been on, coming back to Florida, I end up getting just a little queasy. I mean, I still have the drugs on, but they're almost gone because the cruise is ending. Because the waters, the waters outside of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, they're a little choppy. Man, this boat wasn't moving.
Barely noticed it.
Steady as a rock.
Yeah.
And so if you're at all, sensitive to movement, you are going to love this ship.
I'm thinking so. Yeah, it did very well.
Yeah.
Very well in the choppy. We had some choppy seas too.
Yeah. I mean, there was some ups and downs, right? I mean, you can't fix that, but I mean, I was surprised. I did not take nearly the amount of medication that I would normally take going on a cruise. Just
for sure.
A lot of this. Water. Lemonade, actually. We had a lot of lemonade.
He had lemonade, I had iced tea.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you like iced tea, they always had the little slices of lemon there. No.
No
so
more lemon.
I just splashed a little bit of lemonade on top, and that took care of the problem.
You can ask for it in the dining room. They will get you in the dining room, but everywhere else around the ship, there's no lemons.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? We'll hang out a couple more minutes. We're back home. We got nowhere to go. We'd show you around the RV, but the RV is an absolute disaster.
Totally a disaster.
We left this place in a tornado coming here.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've even said this in any of the streams, but 2 days before the cruise, we were on our way back from Arizona. We were in Arizona on the 30th of October. What's this? Thanks for the videos. Not a
You're
problem, Mike. We
welcome.
loved it, Mike and wife. My medication is the Red Frog Bar. Yeah, it's two floors in this ship, so you're gonna love it. You're gonna get a lot of medicine. But yeah, we were working an event in Arizona, which ended Sunday, the 30th. We packed our stuff up and we were driving by 2 a.m. the 31st, and we drove like maniacs to get back to Florida in enough time because we had a flight that got us on the 4th to get to London. We got to London a little bit early because we were going to do some RV reviews, which we did prior to the cruise. We reviewed some RVs in London. And we did that in a live stream as well. Sussex, yeah. We were supposed to do on 2 of our ports, but we got screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
No.
We
It was
got
so
to the RV
disappointing.
dealership and they said, "Oh, the manager's not here. Come back tomorrow."
Well, I think that's what they said because they didn't speak English.
Yeah, well, mañana, tomorrow.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
put it in the translator, and yeah, it was a little... my favorite on board. Arnold Palmer. Okay.
Ah, there you go.
All right, well, I guess that's it then. Well, thank you all so much. We
Yes.
do appreciate you.
Yes,
we
we do.
really, 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 really do. All right? And so, until we see you all again, be safe.